Good evening, guys. How's it going? Welcome to the weekly Kitesurf question and answer session with me, Sam from Tantrum Kitesurf. This is your chance to get all your kitesurfing questions answered. So if you've learn, if you're trying to learn that new trick, whatever you're trying to do, if you've not been yet and you're looking to get into it, whatever you're trying to do, this is your time to come on and get questions answered for free on YouTube. Perfect. Doesn't get much better than that. First, before we even begin, I have to apologise because it's raining here in Spain, and when it rains in Spain, nothing tends to work. Everything falls up. The internet is literally off and off all day, so I'm hoping raining, beautiful day today. So hopefully we manage the whole. If I suddenly hear the same channel, obviously, but it should be. So if you just hang around for sort of sometimes it dies, in which case that will be that, I'm afraid. But I will really next that happens. Good evening, Tom. How are you, sir? So yeah, if I suddenly disappear, that is it is, but the internet's just died. So we've got the rains after the camp that we had, which is perfect. But it doesn't appear in Spain. So I think you work on that. Hi there, Mark. How's it going, sir? It's good. Yeah, if you've got questions, guys, stick them in the chat. That shuts me up from rambling. Actually get on with this. So if you've got questions, stick them in the chat and we'll go through them from there. As always, if I don't, it's not that I probably haven't seen it. So just stick in again or give me a reminder, and I'll get to it. It's not that I'm ignoring you, don't take it personally. So, a bit when generally exactly should I be right to kung fu flying kick with me behind the ball, pushing it as far forward as possible. I'm just trying to see that. Is it right to kung fu flying kick? I would say kind of, yeah. It's not on kind of, it's what I would call a potential error. Is sorry, the reason I would say that's a potential error is that front leg straight is generally a problem. Well, probably if you try and kick, you've probably got that front leg straight, which probably means you're not really doing it wrong. I wouldn't say that's necessarily doing it wrong. What I would suggest is that can hurt you down the line because it's not like where you want leg straight because you're trying to bear away with all the time because the body's constantly skew upwind. You want legs slightly bent. There are a lot of instructors saying as well, you know, front leg straight and your front leg straight and stand. Why they're saying it, because beginners do need to kind of push that board down. But as soon as you're riding upwind, you want to bend that leg a little bit because you need the suspension. If you've got a straight front leg, you're probably going to find that it gets damaged quite all the chop because the boards absorb the chop to cut through the chop, and so you feel the chop as you're going through it. And so you have to bear. The reason that a windsurf board is trying to bear away all the time is because it's got such a huge amount of volume in front of your front foot. Whereas what you're trying to do is actually, you don't need to be constantly forcing that board down when even on a surfboard, because even on the kite surfing surfboard, they're much smaller than the windsurf board, that constant front foot pressure. So I'm assuming that's what you're meaning by, as I'm trying to struggle to adopt, the kung flu flying kick kite surfing kind of thing. I assume you mean kind of lying back with your, your front leg extended and your back leg bent. Well, no, I would say bend your front leg more, mate, would be my advice on that, if that makes sense. Because you still need to bear away, and your straight leg, it punches your suspension, and you're going to absorb every bump through joint, which quickly starts to hurt. That damage as well. A little bit of bend there. Hi there, everyone. Hi, sir. Good to see you this evening. Yeah, just promise me that has sense for you. And that is what you actually meant by kind of the coach, and good to go from there. We've got quite as well in the hopper. Brett, I forgot your name there very briefly, who asks, is it okay to do a kite loop in light wind to water start? The answer, quite simply, Brett, is yes. Absolutely perfect, not a problem at all. It's a perfectly valid way of riding, and if it's the only way to get up and going, then perfect, use it. You see a lot of guys on foils doing it, because obviously on a foil, as soon as you're actually riding, you have the apparent going, so it's a really valid tactic for foils, because they often act that initial go. As soon as they've got it, they can ride out. So yeah, absolutely no problem with that. Not necessarily something I've practiced on the beach. No problem. And if any of you guys do have questions, if like when we have a question, we've got two places. In the comments to this video, where on YouTube, the actual live event, if you comment your questions in the comments there, check them out, we'll go there. The other one is in our Facebook group. Now they can get questions all the time, either from me, I'm generally in there every single day, or from all the guys there, helpful support guys in there, of all different, you get a load of support in there as well. And just do a search from Kitesurf on Facebook and join the group, not page, but the group. And we can get you questions answered in there again. But you can do what Brett's just done and just stick them in the hopper in there, and I'll just as well. So that's another way. If you can't make the call, you want to ask a question beforehand. And as I say, this is now recording as we go, and it's automatically uploaded to YouTube. It'll automatically appear on YouTube. I don't know how long it takes to publish it and to sort it out, but it appears on YouTube after this as well. So that's what I've got in hopper. I've been missing. Looks like my computer's frozen. If you've got any more questions, guys, stick them in the chat, and we'll go through from there. Let's see if this is working. Oh no, I think my computer's just chat. Ah, there we go. Yep, sorry, I probably missed a load of questions here. Right, let me just go back. Good to have you here, sir. Good to have you here, sir. And yeah, awesome on the kitesurf the other day, mate. No, well done, buddy. Well done. Second line. I'll just finish off with the mark first. We're basically driving it from, not really, mate. And this is kind of the problem that a lot of people make. I think they try and tend to drive the back foot, and you are to a certain extent, but it's a real balancing act. And the problem that most people make is that they try hard to get up by driving off that back heel and end up skidding if they can't go down. What you want to be doing is constantly. It's very, very touches right wind. So I wouldn't say you're driving off the back heel, riding the edge, but again, the longer you can engage, because you've got more, the edge is going to provide more grip, even the fin, because it's quite small. So you need front foot slightly engaged So it's not just a case of driving away with you of the front foot just holding out. It's a case of using both legs to self on the edge, and the way you do that is bend the front leg slightly and rock back, so you engage the entire edge rather than just trying to move the back edge, the hillside. Sorry. So lands. Getting the time now. Send the kite and pulling the bar into jump. Awesome, mate. I noticed I get more height and distance when I pull the bar at 11 or 1 o'clock, but I'm find it very hard to keep my balance when I do so, landing on my butt or face. Yes, that happened. That does happen, mate. But you really try to hit it at 12, and this is where it is easier to kite at 1 o'clock, but you then don't jump well because it's a pendulum under it. And this is probably the problem having if you're landing on your your butt, is that you pendulum out, you've got no control in the air. And this is what happens when you don't hit at 12 o'clock, is throw the kite to 1 o'clock and you get a huge amount of lift because you're being pulled back, so you just stacked a huge amount of tension in those lines. It doesn't work in really big. It works initially, yeah, I'm getting much bigger, but then when you're kind of super big, you need 12. You need to really practice that timing so you're getting lift up, not maybe backwards. Hello, Joe Smith. I think I know who you are, sir. It was awesome, mate. It was really good, actually. We had a forecast a few days before, and I was kind of thinking, oh God, here we go. And then it just came perfect. We caught the tail end of the hurricane, 3 days of, or 4 days of beautiful wind and waves, which I was a bit concerned about. Guys did awesome, just took it in their stride, blew it away. Most of them had never ridden waves before, all used to riding flat water, blew it away. Couple of days then of kind of more playing with the wind, sitting around, and then a great last day where we had perfect flat water Levant. It wasn't forecast, there was no one at the beach. We were just sat on there for sort of 5-6 hours kiting until they dropped. Basically, it was perfect. It really. Thank you for asking. Mark, spending too much just trying to go for half attempts. Yeah, I get that. That's cool. If I'm modest, I learn. You know, mate, people ask me this. Toe-side kiting, jumping, that's a good order. That's a great order. But what I suggest, I was at one point, I really try kind of specify, I'm going to go and do this, and this. And it worked in some respects. You kind of never want to follow. The other conditions allow you to be doing what you want to do. And it's nice to have a load of different stuff that you can mix and do at the same time. So like you know, I might be practicing at any one time. Well, on my foil, for example, practicing kind of carve turning, you know, tacking, jumping. So I'll have a few different things that I'm not practicing those things. I'm still trying to ride the damn thing. I haven't been out on it for ages, but soon. But you see, have a few things you can do. I wouldn't worry the order. You know, you could even think about sort of unhooking. As soon as you can start controlling the board, you can start thinking about unhooking. If you have no reason why not, jumps, pop. One of the first things that I like getting people to do is pop, simply because it's so important for what everyone tends to want to do, which is go aerial, and it's a great way to get into it. You know, just even if it's just little pops off waves, just using the tops of waves, just quick pop again, works great. What I would say is don't be too strict with yourself on this one, really. Just give yourself a load of different stuff you can work on. What looks cool? What do you fancy doing? You know, do you fancy catching a few waves or jumping the wave for a little bit? I tend to find with kitesurfing, because the conditions always up for what we're trying to do, that it's good to have an armory of things that we go and try. So I would say what you tend to find with kitesurfing, especially at this stage, is that everything bleeds into everything else. So as you're practicing your toe side, you find, well, now suddenly, okay, this helps with, you know, landing toe side, with the initiation of the tricks, because the rotation that you get when you go in toe side helps. Understanding how the kite works a little bit more. and you just get a greater depth of understanding of all these different things. And then when you move on to the next try, I've already mastered that bit. So great, this is dark slide. You know, you learn to front roll. I've already answered your question, sir. The answer is yes, you can. Great to have you here, mate. So yeah, so you find that all these things bleed into each other. So you learn to front roll, and then the kite movement from lo and behold is exactly the same kite movement that you need for the dark slide. So it translates really nicely into that. So don't stress too much about the order of things. Have fun is the big one, but yet don't let yourself get to a point where just doing the same thing all the time and getting bored of it, because that is a death trap. And I got into that death trap for years, and it really killed me. I got fed up of it. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, because I was just literally trying to on one thing that just wasn't, for whatever reason, coming, and it just got really, really dull. If it doesn't work that time, cool, all right, let's do the next thing, not a problem, forgotten about, next one. Do I want to go and jump in the waves? Cool, go and jump in the waves. Do I want to go and just dive, go really fast? Great. Do I want to boost? Even better. Let's go and do a bit of that, and let it all come together. I think surfers have this, right? And I always quote Laird Hamilton. It wasn't Laird Hamilton, it was someone else, but I can't remember who it was. The person who's having the most fun out, the person who's doing the best out there is the person having the most fun. True. It's so true in so many different levels, because the person who's having the most fun is probably improving the most as well. It's just the way our brains work. It's the way we're wired. So go out there, have fun, do what you want to do, and don't stress too much about the progression. Just make sure that you're doing something new every time. Having said that, great tip for this: have some things in mind that you are gonna do, because if you just want to have fun, you tend to end up doing what you've already done before. And there's a great example of this, talk about deep learning, things like this. Learn well if you already can do. You need to be doing stuff you can't. So have 3 or 4 tricks you've never tried before, not really they're the thing, you know, because that's where lies as well. It's not challenge and your skill, and there's a nice ratio between those two. When it's challenge for your current skill level, or just a little bit too much challenge for your current skill level, that's where fun lies. Have in mind a few tricks that you want to do and go and practice them, but don't necessarily, you know, become a gotta do this, I've got to do this, I've got to do this, because as soon as the fun stops, you stop learning. From Joe Smith there, just have fun and let it all happen. It really is. And this is what the flow state's all about. You know, the flow state is fun is crucial for the flow state. And if you can't if you're not having fun, you will really, really struggle to get into that flow state, which is where you see the massive improvements. So yeah, that would be my advice for them. Lance, perfect, mate. Yeah, glad that makes sense. Yeah, try. The great wheel I've seen on this is the one from, someone told me another one the other day, but the best one I've seen is the one. God, I forgot his name now. Lewis Crathen. Just Google that. Google, I think Coach Crathen, he goes on the internet. Coach Crathen jumping, and he's got some like an 8-step guide, and I talk about it all the time on these videos. He's got an 8-step guide to jumping, and that breaks it down really, really well. I mean, he is one of the masters of jumping as well, so he couldn't be learning from a better guy. But he breaks it down really, really well for you at each different stage as well. The other ones that are really good, obviously, are the progression videos. Go ahead and I'll make Rob. And they break it down really well. So that would be probably useful for you, I imagine, at your level. To hear that you're getting, hopefully you noticed a big difference after the camp. Hopefully it made a big difference when you got back. You certainly improved massively. So yeah, I would expect that you saw a difference when you got back. Just to hear an update and see how you were doing on that one, mate. Right, I'll cover your question as soon as you're here. You finally made it. But yes, absolutely, totally valid way of starting kite looping. Not all, especially in light, as I was saying, you will see foilers do it all the time. It's a really common way for foilers to start because it's just a way to generate that extra bit of power to get you up and riding. You have to be a little bit careful about the exit, which way you're doing it, because one way you have to kind of finish the kite loop off, the down loop will just bring you up. So practice it both ways. But absolutely, mate, you know, there's not really too much to say about it. Keep cracking on with it. It's a really, really good technique to practice. And kite looping itself is a great thing to practice in light winds. You know, go out with the power and just start really flinging the kite around, and you'll realize actually most people's reaction the first few times they loop a kite, even in stronger winds, is, oh, is that it? I've been scared of that for so many years, and it's that. It can be mental if you mega loop it, but it can be really tame as well if you do it right. So Nicola, how are you? Beginner and things by between Aeris Lithium, or Ozone 17. What recommendation? To be honest, mate, they're all my personal preference. Three would be the Aerush, but that's simple as I like Aerush. Always have, always will. Well, no, not haven't always Aerush. That's the we like it. I like Aerush because after using about 10 different brands of kite in the school, they were the best ones that we found. So my preference would definitely be Aerush. Great kite. I use it myself. I've still got a lithium in my quiver. 3 years old now, so it's not I ride Aerush myself, so I would definitely recommend them. I'm biased, and I know I'm biased, and I'm going to be quite honest about the fact I'm biased. The Bandit 17 is a great kite. Ozone, I've never flown an Ozone kite that I didn't love as well. I don't think you go wrong with any of them, to be honest, mate. I'm not sure I've flown the Ozone 17 in fairness, but I am going to extrapolate from all the other kites that I've flown Ozone and say it's going to be a great kite, I would think. So you're not going to go wrong with any of those kites, all great kites. Romain, basically as you're trying to do with front roll, basically what you're doing is, I'm talking about more is the speed of the kite. Front roll, you're generally bringing the kite over your head. You bring it over slowly, 7 o'clock up to 12 o'clock as you do the roll. That is the same speed that you want to be doing in dark. The problem with doing dark slide is that they move too fast. They're riding into it, and they've got the kite and they move way towards the other side, so they don't get that really cool kind of that you see in all the videos. The way that you is by a really slow movement, which is very, very exactly the same as what you do in a front roll. So that's what I was about there, is that movement from kind of 11 through 12, and in the dark front roll as well, you go through right to 1 o'clock or whichever way you're looking at it. But it's a slow movement is the key. And most people do there, they speed it up past when the dark slide. Why? Because it's a much more aggressive move, and they feel like they've got to loop the kite at the end. So they think it's got to be a fast movement, but it starts slow. And that's the mistake most people make there. Nice one, perfect. Yep, 9 to 15, 17 meters, really, isn't that much? I would have thought you could get away with a bit smaller than that. Is that what everyone rides there, though? I mean, Abu Dhabi is probably quite warm wind as well, I would have thought. Dry wind. But yeah, if that's what people ride, then perfect. Personally, I would have thought knots is a bit much for a 7 height. But you'll know better than that. You'll know better than that in Abu Dhabi. If that's what everyone rides, great, go for it. As I say, 17-meter kind of 15 knots, that seems a lot to me. You know, 50 knots, I'd be riding at 12. So yeah, maybe if you're not certain on that, maybe just do a check. I haven't been invited, Ronnie. I haven't been invited. Any more questions? Probably my internet. Sorry, we've had some real problems with our internet here, mate. Probably cutting out all the time. I can see that there's an issue on my side and it keeps cutting out as well. It's probably my problem. Hopefully, they should cut those out. The recording, but yeah, I apologise if this is dropping in and out. As I say, it's probably my internet. Internet in Spain or Tenerife anyway just dies the rain, and it's been raining for the last 2 days. So, question loop the same. Mega loop is a much wide loop. The tight loops beneath you, so kind of one you'll look down. Yeah, sorry, Nicola. I can actually see that on my end. There's nothing I can actually do about it. As I say, our internet has just been hugely slow to the point where if I just disappear, it's because our internet's going to cut out because it's been doing it literally for the last 3 days. So I do apologise about that. I've been trying to look for alternatives all day, but and ringing up the company and things like this, but they've lost a mast and a few of the bits and bobs are broken nearby, as happens in the rain here. So that's the loop in the mega loop. Basically, the loop is a huge loop. I mean, wide slow. It's going to be much slower and much more powerful. Underneath you at some point, the loop is just any kind of loop and no loop. So that would be the difference down there. Yeah, sorry, I'm just quickly probing something different. We have much the same. Mine is to load on mine. This guy knows. There we go. One day, mate. One day. Yeah, definitely somewhere I'd like to go. A few friends out there to come out as well. So I'd love to come out and visit you out there. Let's see. Never know. Well, no. Today was beautiful. Today was cracking. Really waves, blue eyes, really fresh feeling. Cleared all the dog shit off the streets. We get a lot of in Tenerife. So yeah, today was beautiful. And tomorrow's supposed to be the same. So more of the same tomorrow. Any more for any more guys? Okay, looks like that is it for tonight. Thank you very much for joining. Sorry if the internet's been a bit laggy and the sound's been a bit on and off. I apologise. We are trying to get super mega fast internet here, but we are struggling. That we actually have an address where we actually live. So let's see. Convince them of that in the next week and get some super fast internet in here. But yes, apologise if that has been a problem in this one. No more questions. I'll give it another 10 seconds. Okay, guys, well, that is it for me. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, a great weekend. You're going kitesurfing. I certainly shall, certainly tomorrow anyway. The weekend is quite light.